Hey everybody, this is Jeff Olson, founder and CEO of Nerium International, and by now you've heard we have launched our own magazine on the newsstand, Live Happy. It's Hudson News, the magazine outlet at all the airports. It's put us at the checkout stand from the end of this year through the end of next year because they never had space that's so hot is Happy, and our goal is to be the #1 magazine, trade magazine in the space of Live Happy, and that just fits so well into what we're about, which is make people better. And it's just part of the process. It's really part of a movement. The magazine is something that gives us branding, it gives us credibility, a position in the space. We're the first magazine to enter that space, and again, this is probably the hottest space in the publishing industry right now. There was just 50 books written on happiness 10 years ago. There was 1,000 in the last year. Everywhere you look now, everybody's talking about it. Positive psychology, which was just birthed just 20 years ago, is now become what everybody's talking about, and people are now realizing that happiness really is the precursor to success. It's #1, it's something that precedes success, that we've all had it backwards. We've always thought that when I have my finances, I'll be happy. When I have relationships, I'll be happy. When I have my health, I'll be happy. What we find out now is when you become happy, and happy is something that's attainable. It's not something that's hard to get, and happiness is not something that happens to you. It's something that you do. It's little things you do. These are things that it's easy to do, and you start realizing that within your grasp is happiness, and within your grasp is just doing little things, not just waiting for big things to happen, that you can achieve happiness, and in turn, that will affect your health. They've proven people have 50% less heart attacks that have increased their happiness, have fewer colds, as they've proven that people's finances get better, their relationships get better, their connection to community and their giving goes way up. And again, this is something that is very easy to attain. This is something that is not about a big event happening to you. It's about little things that you can do. And so, what I think everybody's realizing now that that happiness is really the forefront, the precursor to getting you the things that you want. And so, in the direct sales industry, we've always leaned on personal development because we've always realized that somebody worked, read the books and listened to the tapes, that it would affect their philosophies and affect their attitude, and in turn, it would affect their actions. I believe, really, quite honestly, through happiness, you can get there easier. And the reason I believe that is, personal development has always been supported by what I call talking heads, people talking from their experiences, and I think that's great. I love those people. But, the happiness comes from positive psychology or well-being. It comes from academia. It comes from Harvard. It comes from University of Penn, Beijing. It comes from the top universities and scientists in the world. And they've proven, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that happiness is something that is precursor to success. And again, like I said over and over now, it is something that's very easy to obtain, and it's something that's not about a big thing happening to you. It's about the little things that you can do. And so our goal is to become one of the biggest brands and names in the space of happiness. So we set out to do a number of things. #1 is to launch the magazine, and now we're on the newsstand, and the pickup is one of the biggest pickups in the history of magazines coming out. We didn't have any of the magazine outlets say no to us. Again, Hudson News, probably the most premier real estate in all of magazine distribution, is the checkout stand at the airports, and that they gave that to us without even seeing our first magazine, just knowing the space and seeing it coming. They gave that to us through this issue in 2013 and all year 2014. And so the magazine obviously is going to be a huge success. I can just tell you this, all the people who've got it already and read it, and I hope you have, that first magazine changes so many ways that you look at things, and it will affect so many things in your personal life, but also what it's going to do is going to affect your business life. And so, I feel this privilege that we can be a part of getting that to the marketplace. The movement is really what we're all about, and that is taking the word of happiness and sharing it with the rest of the world. And that's why we built the Happy Reach and the Happy Portal, and that's something that we give to you for free. That's something that, just like our back office portal that you have for building your business, so this is one that we are now contributing and giving to you for free, and it's a constant stream of information to you. And this is something that can go to anybody else in the entire world and get it for free. Now, within that, we have Happy Reach. As you heard by now, that is probably one of the most exciting things. This is some great technology that allows you to leverage the people that you've shared this with and the people who they share it with, and you can literally see the impact that you're having on the world through your Happy Reach. And so, first it might be 50 people, and then it's 200, and then it's 500, and it's thousands. And you can drill down and see where they're at in different states, different countries, and you start realizing you have an impact on the world. And what this, again, is about is a company that's really taken seriously that we're much more than a skincare company. We're much more than a financial opportunity. We're a company started with 3 words, make people better, and we really believe this is a part of that. And quite honestly, I don't think ever in the history of the direct sales industry has a company stepped out like we've done, invested the resources we've done, the finances we've done, and made a commitment to really helping people just be better people, and not doing that from the standpoint of what it does for our business, doing it from the standpoint of what it does for people. In return, we do get the benefits of the business. And so what we're finding, the people who are joining us, are joining the Live Happy movement, these are people who want to do the right thing. They're the people that, they just care about making a difference in other people's lives, and they want to feel good about doing something. I think a lot of people feel that way, and sometimes we get caught up in the rat race that we're in, and it's hard to get involved in something that you thrive within. And so I think a lot of people are looking for that, and I really believe people want to contribute to society. At least the people we want to. And like I said at the event, this is not about going to everybody. It's going to the choir. And let's go to the people who are believers, people who, kind of tired of the negativity out there, kind of tired of what's going on in the media, kind of tired of the constant, just abundance of negativity, and are looking for something positive. It's just a constant flow of good information. So, the other thing I've always believed is that when people get to the end of their life and they're looking back, they want to know they made a difference. They want to make, did I matter when I was on this earth? And so we're going to attract people who are going to contribute to society, who want to prove themselves, and quite honestly, just want to join a social group. It's something people want to be a part of, but a positive social group. And so I think what we've done is we've really are now the number one go-to place to give people access to information. See, it all begins with your awareness. If you're not aware of information that can change your life, that doesn't exist in your life. No, it doesn't. Once you become aware of it, it exists. But now if you can't access it, does it exist? No, you might be aware of it, but you can't access it. Like somebody in a third world country, they might know about a book because they can't get the book. That book doesn't exist for them. So the first thing we're doing is we're going to become the first place to go to get anything you want to know about happiness. But we're going to make it accessible to you, and we're going to make it accessible to anybody in the world. But the most important thing we're doing is we're bringing people to the movement. And what I mean by that is I've always used the analogy of if information and technology is the answer, then we would have already resolved a lot of the issues in our life. Our health would be better, our finances would be better, our relationships would be better, because the information technology in regards to those is so much greater today than it was 10 years ago. The fact is they've all gone backwards. And so, I've always used the analogy, if information technology is the answer, and I ran into an alcoholic, I'd say, well, here's your information technology solution. Here's your CD. Here's your website. Well, they need that. That's information. That's access. That's awareness. But it's the environment associations you put them in, the people that you surround them with, that makes the difference. And that's what we're doing here as a company. Obviously, we're leading the way with information. Look, we've launched the magazine. We've launched this portal. We're launching with access, and we're doing it with first-class branding, and our apparel line, and everything's attached to it. But the main thing we bring to it is you. That you bring the environment associations to that, and that's what's going to make a difference in people's lives. And so I think you've seen from the commitment, if you watched my talk, you saw the incredible people that we brought in, the people who are running the magazine. Carol Nickel, who came in from Better Homes and Gardens, who was the editor-in-chief there, one of the biggest magazines there is, to come in and be this magazine. Deborah Heights, who came over from Success Magazine to run this magazine, and Chris Axberg, who came over from Reader's Digest, and he was driving their digital process all around the world. And I could go on and on, but we've really attracted some amazing people, 10,000 outlet pickups in the magazine from the very beginning, and I could just go on and on. It's just been a phenomenal beginning. And the day we're aiming for is March 20th, because that's going to be the United Nations Day of Happiness. And on that day, all the media, everybody will be looking at the happiness movement, and we will be the number one site to go to. We'll be the number one company out there. We'll have 3 or 4 magazines on the newsstands by then. We'll have hopefully millions of people within our happy reach that we're building out there, and we will be the go-to place on happiness. And so when you think about the United Nations having a day of happiness now, and as I told you, the first World Summit on Positive Psychology for Education, which is held in October in Wilmington, London, and they went down to Downing Street, and the top 30 positive psychologists, educators in the world were there, and your company, Live Happy, we're the company that sponsored it. We're the title sponsor. Again, for a company, in the direct sales industry to come out and do something like that, it's unheard of. It's just unprecedented. So the point I want to get across is that this is a company that truly doesn't just say that we want to make people better. It's not window dressing. It's not something we do to be attractive to people. It's something that we are. It's just who we are, and it's what we do.